Hey everyone, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 today. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, our favorite VPN has a brand new deal for you. 6 additional months for free in a winter deal. Alex, why would you go with Surfshark?
Well, they're our favorite because they've got things like alternative ID, so when you're filling out all those forms online, you can put fake information, and so it's not coming to your personal address. You can get access to the 15 largest Netflix libraries. If you're out of the country, out of the United States, you can get access to Hulu, which is not available everywhere. You need a VPN.
And Mr. Password Sharer Joe here has another good reason why you should choose VPN Surfshark over the others.
Sharing is caring. Get one account and share with your whole family and friends.
All of your friends and family, guys. It is literally the best deal. And right now, it's even better of a deal with this winter deal with a 6 additional months for free. Get our special promo at surfshark.deals/Angry Joe Show. Guys, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
That's right, guys. I know you need a VPN. Click those links down below and check out Surfshark. Feeling a little better? No.
Nope, not better.
No.
He's got so much range.
Shit, with how hard,
Cowboys are trash!
with how hard you threw that jersey. You
Go watch video 1 for the rage and the fucking memes. Fucking trash team.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it done in the playoffs. Miami fucking collapsed too, but at least they had an excuse. As a warm weather team went out there and froze their butts off.
Also, half their defense were out for the season.
Right.
They had no edge rushers, no anything, so like they couldn't do anything.
And it's hilarious to me that if we wouldn't have cheated in the fucking Lions game, if the fucking refs didn't cheat for us to give us home field advantage, we'd be going to Tampa Bay. And I swear to God, on the road, yes, we're not as good, but I think we would have crushed Tampa Bay. And we could be a completely different timeline where everybody's praising Dak. Oh, he finally got the monkey off his back and this and that.
Well,
But that's fucking karma. The Lions should have won that game, and we won it instead, and we got our asses beat down. And what's even funnier is now the Lions, because of that, they get a home game because of our loss. So they basically get what they should have gotten, which was home.
all works out. Eagles lasted longer in the playoffs.
No, we don't know that yet.
I mean, they're still in the playoffs right now.
Tonight, we'll see
Dallas is
tonight.
out and the Eagles are in.
They're
So
gonna play
Well, I don't want them to last. Tampa Bay needs to win.
yeah. There's the 3:30 game today, and then there's a 7:30 game tonight. So, hey, you want to talk about how the NFL locked an entire playoff game behind a subscription service?
That's
a
fucking
playoff
bullshit.
game.
What the fuck? Don't ever do that. See, look at all these paywalls. They're starting to fucking gaming tactics are starting to leak on over into everything. Fucking what was it? Mercedes and BMWs are having to fucking
Get the extra
DLC
horsepower,
and
baby.
the fucking thing.
Heated seats,
and
horsepower, yeah.
the fucking automatic windshield wipers. I heard, and now fucking football games are being put behind Peacock, which you have to pay monthly. I thought there was a free option, but I guess no, not anymore. You have to pay monthly for it. I don't know how there's not a big revolt for that. It must be that in the market you can watch it for free still somehow.
Only
And then
if you're in the
outside of the market, you're fucked. If you're a fan, if you're a Cowboys fan in California, you're fucked. If you're whatever, if they put it, if you're in a different fucking state, that is unacceptable. And then they put garbage commentators. The commentator, Jason Garrett, it was so fucking boring.
He clapped the whole time.
The clapper, you can hear him clapping.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I just went to a bar and watched the game instead because I refused to give them any amount of money. So that shit sucked.
Fuck 'em.
Also, Mahomes whined again. Like, what
Crying like a
happened?
baby.
What happened this year where he just has he always been such a whiny
I
little?
think
Yes,
he's
he's
just
always-
getting mad because his receivers suck and he doesn't have any.
Everyone was
to
dropping
take it
balls.
out.
Yeah,
on.
and so he's just going to the refs like, "Can they touch me?" It's like Matthew Stafford had his hand
gotta
ripped
win it by
open.
himself.
He got slammed on the ground and then stepped on, and then the refs are like, "Nah, that's normal." And it's like you look at Mahomes wrong and you get roughing the passer. Anyway, back to gaming stuff. Apple Vision Pro is going to launch in February. Are you fucking excited?
No,
$3,500.
That's just for developers, and they're going to create the fucking economy and
This consumers is $3,500.
No, no consumers are buying that shit. It's developers are, and then they'll come out with it. This is how the product cycles work, okay? So this is testing the waters. This is for developers so they can create their apps, and then early adopters and rich people, obviously. And it's more, hey, check out the cool shit. This is stuff coming up for consumers, right? Then they'll do a cheaper headset eventually, and that's how that cycle
By
works.
a little bit, but it's
and
Apple,
now because
so.
the apps have already been developed, then it's a little bit better, you know, in that sense. So that's how it's going to work.
Yeah, but they're still selling to consumers for $3,500. That's the consumer.
You shouldn't buy it because what is it essentially? What
it's
does
a
it
fucking Apple
do?
product.
It ain't got
You shouldn't
no
buy it,
games on
period.
it. It's an Apple product, and it's a big fucking headset to look at your pictures in
You can watch a big
3D.
TV, but
you
like
you
everyone.
can do that with the fucking other headsets, and that are much cheaper.
You can just tape your phone to your face too.
Well, like if everyone comes over, you're gonna watch it by yourself. You're like, oh, this is amazing.
No, 3D
Everyone's
TVs
like,
worked out amazing, Joe. You know what the fuck you're talking about. Remember?
Oh,
Remember how
yeah?
big 3D TVs were? And everyone bought them, and they're still very cool.
Fuck 3D.
No, so users can access the App Store and the 250 games within the Apple Arcade. It has voice over Zoom, switch control, guided access. So there's a bunch of stuff in there. It's just $3,500 for the very first one of these things. And like Joe said, they usually come down in price, but it's also Apple, and so they know that if you're an Apple stan, you're going to buy it anyway. You're going to light money on fire, and then there's going to be a new version next year. And the thing about next year's version, you know how we know it's really good? Because the thing that they're going to advertise for it is the material it's made out of. Not what it can do, not its camera, not its storage, not how fast it runs, what it's made out of. That's what you Apple people just paid a shitload of money for. My phone's made out of titanium. It's like, what's it do? I don't know.
So your screen is still cracked the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's not titanium.
Yeah, it's crazy that you pay that much for a giant piece of shit like Dak Prescott.
God damn, Alex.
Yeah. Look, if you have a long history of overpaying, all right? Jerry Jones falls in love with his players and coaches because he's like, I drafted them, and so I'm going to overpay him forever. And then once they're bad as my backup quarterback, I'm going to hire him as a coach and forever.
3 12-win seasons, nothing to show for it. 29-year championship drought,
Yeah.
and we got to pay this man $60 million. Are you out of your mind? $60 million we got to pay him next year. Are you out of your mind? Doors better be locked. Put that one up here, Joe. This is Dak Prescott going to the facility tomorrow. Okay. Oh, my code must not work. I must have forgotten my code. Nope. Oh, they locked me out.
At least he has all those really cool Louis Vuitton bags. Did you hear that real fun story where he was buying a bunch of Louis Vuitton bags for him?
That's
and his
how we
girl-
knew.
his
You know
girl?
what? We knew it. We knew he was soft. We all knew he was soft because the tattoo thing. That
Oh
was
yeah,
just
he got
soft. He's soft.
He got a tattoo all over his leg, but he didn't want to be awake for him, so he had an anesthesiologist put him under so he could get a tattoo on his leg.
Joe, did you go under for this?
Nope.
Did you? They didn't inject you and you were sleeping?
No.
You soft. Or you're
cried.
hard,
I
Joe.
cried like a real man.
Like a real man. You cry.
yeah.
Especially around the elbow.
The funny bone.
Oh.
The elbow.
Not so funny, huh?
Nope.
No.
That hurt.
We got some good Star Wars news. The Mandalorian and the Grogu has been announced. So this is going to be.
I hope it's good because I want them to focus on them two and not the side characters like the last season.
Well,
So wait a minute. I thought it was supposed to be. So are we not gonna get a season 4 now? We're just gonna go straight into the movie. I should be happy, but this reeks of desperation. This reeks of milking. This reeks of course correction. But we do need a course correction. They want to pretend that the Disney sequels didn't happen, even though they're doing a Rey film, and they're trying to focus on what works, which I agree with. But what happened to the Thrawn film? So now is this going to be in addition to the Thrawn film? So now we've got the Thrawn film, then we've got this, then we've got Mandalorian season 4, and then we got all the spin-offs that are supposed to come here, unless this is supposed to be. And they even say, I read an article, they want this to be potentially a new trilogy. So maybe the Thrawn film will be the third film, and they're making a new trilogy, and they're just ignoring the other trilogy they made, and this is the real trilogy.
So this is the Lucasfilm has confirmed that this is not replacing any of the 3 upcoming Star Wars films announced back in April.
Which were?
One of them is the Daisy Ridley film, but the other ones are...
One's Daisy Ridley. Yeah, that's none of it actually mentions Thrawn. It's Daisy Ridley. It's the origin of the first Jedi, and it's the one guy who has a project that's unnamed. So I don't know if it replaces Thrawn. I think it ties into Thrawn. It has to, because they were going to do the Mandalorian tying into eventually Thrawn. So this is just the first film in a new trilogy. And that's how they want to run it, if it does well. If it doesn't do well, then they'll drop the idea and they'll just do the Thrawn film later, Dave Filoni's film, and they'll do it later.
Yeah, so...
or maybe it's Dave Filoni's film was the third film.
Charmin Obaid-Chinoy is doing one, James Mangold is doing one, and Dave Filoni is doing one. And so
those are the 3 that they mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Then the Thrawn film is still there. So then maybe they can, then they'll get another one here.
Yeah.
They'll put one in between those.
Yeah. Ahsoka Season 2 was also, of course, greenlit based on its success. Dave Filoni's going to be bringing that one back. It is his baby. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be hard because, of course, Ray Stevenson, and it was one of the best parts about the show, and he's no longer with us, and then there's all sorts of weirdness, and they fucking ruined Thrawn, so I don't know how they're going to bring that back.
But to see Sabine.
Yeah, they'd have to make it like the movies Thrawn is completely different from the TV shows Thrawn is completely different from the Rebels Thrawn is completely different from the comics Thrawn, and then they've done fucked everything up. Because our Thrawn is not the Thrawn that we saw in Rebels. No. He's not even the Thrawn that we saw in Ahsoka, because we've proved how incompetent and stupid that is. And now I'm just worried about Star Wars, being handled by. I just can't. I need a personnel change or something. No, you know what? Dave is doing. I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see. They had a screening. Did you know that? The Godzilla director flew to Lucas Arts and they had a screening of Godzilla -1, so that's cool.
It was the best
thing. He was like, I want to do a Star Wars film, and then a screening happens at Lucasfilm. So hey, maybe that would be the best news if they'd say, you know what, we're gonna let you have whatever you want. And then they even mistreat him. We're gonna let you do a Star Wars film, but we're only gonna give you $20 million, or we're only gonna give you $30 million. I'd still be happy because motherfucker pulled off an amazing film with a small ass budget with Godzilla, and maybe that's what Star Wars needs. Says you get no money, okay? You get the horror movie budget. The highest you're getting is $40 million. Well, the highest you're getting is 50, and make it. I don't care.
Yeah, we'll let you use our established sets. We'll let you use all of our established stuff. Costumes are probably already done. Cut some of the budget down, but go back to writing good movies instead of just dumb visual spectacles that are dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, there it was. I knew there was another one. So here's what's coming up for Star Wars. You've got the Rey movie. You've now got the Mandalorian and Grogu, it's called. You've got the James Mangold movie focusing on the first Jedi. Yeah. Then there's Dave Filoni's movie, which is supposed to be the conclusion of the Thrawn or whatever. And then you have Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, which says is still being developed. It's still headed for late 2023. We haven't locked anything in, blah, blah, blah. So that could be canceled. But then there's another one that we all didn't know about. Sean Levy's Star Wars movie. The guy that's doing, he was planning to do, but the project won't enter production until Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things Season 5 have come out, because that's what he's working on. Those are his projects. But Disney has promised him a Star Wars movie, so Sean Levy is going to do something.
And there's one more. That's the Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, because Lucasfilm said in this release.
The Rey?
Is he doing, is that the one who's doing Rey?
That's Rey.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Rey film. And then you have And then there's rumors of Lando, whether that's a TV series. And then the Rian Johnson trilogy, I think that's fucking officially over. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. And then obviously...
I don't think so.
Yeah, especially with everything that's
Man
been
doesn't
canceled.
understand Star Wars. You should not be allowed to make Star Wars movies.
I think a trilogy. I would have rather have seen his version of a trilogy. You know, in a different part of the galaxy, maybe either far future, far past, whatever. Not dealing with our legacy characters, because I don't think subverting people's expectations with our most childhood memories and our nostalgia and our nostalgic characters was a bad idea.
Yeah, well, he also just needs a nerd sitting next to him go, that is not how hyperspace works, you stupid motherfucker. Otherwise, this whole universe would not exist. This is not how high-speed chases in space work, you stupid motherfucker. He needs a nerd to be like, no, that is not how this works. Think of a new goddamn idea because you're an idiot and you've never watched these fucking movies.
Maneuver.
Yeah, because, I mean, everyone with a
iconic.
droid, everyone with a droid and a hyperdrive and a rock would just you don't need a Death Star. You need a droid, a hyperdrive, and a rock. You can destroy every single fucking planet in the galaxy because it doesn't work like that. So maybe not Rian Johnson. Watch Brick. Brick is a great Rian Johnson movie. Like, amazing. Actually, it's really, really good.
That's why I got all these jobs. But just to know that Disney Star Wars is a machine, they have release dates for the films, but they don't have which films are going in those release dates. Meaning, one of you motherfuckers better hurry the fuck up and finish.
Done.
Here's the release dates: May 22nd, 2026. That's going to be the first new Star Wars film. They don't know what it is, but that fucking shit is coming out May 22nd, says Kathleen. December 18th, that same year, 2026. So we get 2 Star Wars films in 2026.
That's going to be Rey.
And then December 17th, 2027 is penciled in. Yeah. I think probably...
You think Rey's going to be a summer blockbuster or a Christmas feel-good movie?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's a machine. It's a shareholder profit.
I think
machine.
Christmas, Joe, yeah, that's a good... Because you want to get on people's good side, and they're already happy because of holidays.
Except for me.
You don't like Christmas?
Humbug.
Bah, humbug.
No, I like food and making food, but
See, you already in good mood.
Hogwarts Legacy sold 22 million copies this last year.
DLC?
And got no recognition at the Game Awards. But don't you worry, Angry Joe's top 10 list, if they ever come out, and they'll never come out because I don't play games anymore and everybody hates me. But we're going to rectify that situation.
Rectify.
We're going to rectify them. Because motherfucking Hogwarts deserve some fucking recognition. Look at that.
Yeah. 22 million copies is a lot. It sold 2 million copies just in December. And it's going to slow down a little bit because it's not the holiday season. But people will be playing this game for a long time because it's a single-player experience. And people, you know, if you're a big Hogwarts fan, you love it. Now, Warner Brothers is super happy about it. An executive brag, it's the best-selling game of the year in the entire industry worldwide, which is a weird way to put it. But, you know, Warner Brothers did kind of poorly in a lot of things last year. We had The Flash, which did not do very well. It had Shazam, whatever number it was, that was terrible. But selling 22 million copies at $60 a pop on a Harry Potter game that you own the license for is a massive, massive win for them. It's one of the reasons why we've been talking about Warner Brothers really trying to look at their IP and it's like, shit, Harry Potter, of course, kids love it. An entire generation grew up with it, ripe for video games. But it's like, what are we doing with the Superman IP? What are we doing with this IP? What are we doing with this IP?
Nothing.
They have this giant catalog of things that they own that they could be doing things with. And I would expect Warner Brothers to get real serious in the next decade.
Well, not nothing. We got the DCU coming. Superman Legacy. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Do not forget. We're going to try to relaunch this thing. I'm going to support it. And it's
You gonna support
the
that movie
casting is looking
license
good.
game too? Is it gonna come with it?
Man, that would have that shit is not happening, and you know it. They stay away from Superman video games because they're fucking cowards and nobody can handle it. Nobody has any fucking talent anymore. It's just fucking copies of the same shit over and over. Oh, you know, speaking of no talent, the star, fucking Dallas Cowboys, you know, the star on their helmet that actually represents 1-star rating
That's a
out
rating.
of 5.
That's a rating.
Yeah, I've seen that meme too. So.
That's a good one.
Oh, you know, another thing about no talent is motherfucking Star. Oh, you know, DB Wise, they finally revealed what Star Wars film they were working on before it got canceled.
Oh,
It
tell
was
me.
going to be about the first Jedi.
Oh, so they just gave it to someone else?
It seems like it. And Kathleen, no, that was their idea that they pitched. Get this is even more juicy. They pitched that idea like the first lightsaber, the old school, like first Jedi, and Lucas said, no, we don't want to do that. And then later on, now they're like, all right, let's do a first. I mean, that's a good thing because they got rid of those talentless guys.
Yeah.
And they're giving it to James Mangold, which is a different, better, more talented person.
Yeah, but they're now releasing the new The Three Body Problem on Netflix, and I don't know how that's gonna go.
But that's like, it's like, this is mine. I made this. Though, no, honestly, I'm not going to say that because it's not like D.B. Weiss and that motherfucker, the other guy, Benoff, came up with, that would be cool if we did the first Jedi and the first lightsaber. Nah, man. I'm sure LucasArts already had ideas for that. It's just maybe their pitch wasn't good enough or they saw what they did and fucked up to Game of Thrones and they said, nah, and you know what, I'll tell you what.
Tainted.
Go on, get out of here. I mean, at least...
the trailer for these guys' new project came out this week.
Really?
Yeah, Three Body Problem it came out 6 days ago on Netflix. It's a really interesting.
How many views on that?
Let me look it up on you. Probably a lot.
Maybe we should do a trailer reaction, even though it's super fucking late. Maybe when it gets closer to release, they'll do another trailer.
11 million views on Netflix's
Okay,
channel.
well, Netflix has to move forward. They're definitely... they can't Listen, they fucked up Game of Thrones, okay? Because they wanted to leave. If they work on a new project, obviously they're going to not put in a fucking half-assed effort.
The books are written. They're already done.
Right.
So they have all 3 books completely ready to go.
So they're going to have this nice little shield and be like, ha, see, we're not talentless like you said we were.
And so we used to say that they were really talented for taking established works and putting it in a different medium on screen. And they did a really good job for the first couple of seasons. Where they really started fucking up is when they started injecting their own horseshit. And so hopefully there's no horseshit for them to inject, but I have no faith in them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So
Maybe they can turn it around for you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's no Star Wars content, at least movies until 2026. I felt like 2025 would be where they're at. But if you want to know, follow up on the projects this year: Skeleton Crew 2024, The Acolyte 2024, Tales of the Jedi Season 2 2024. Bad Batch Season 3, 2024, and then Andor Season 2.
It got pushed, though, right?
It got pushed, but now recent things said it might still make 2024, may get pushed to 2025.
Took all the time you need.
And then Ahsoka Season 2 announced to be put into production. So I wouldn't expect that in this year. That would probably be 2025, and that's how they're going to bridge into the films. Now I see what they're doing. Maybe they'll fast track a Mandalorian Season 4 to push it into the film, or maybe drop Season 4 and just go straight for the film. But that's the upcoming Disney Star Wars stuff, which we will obviously be covering because Star Wars was at one point my favorite sci-fi franchise and recently has not been doing too well, succumbing to the Disney curse. Mm-hmm. And my other very nostalgic love is DC. And
Dallas Cowboys.
They've not been doing too well. And also the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
They've not been doing too well.
Yeah. Well, I thought you got rid of the Jimmy Johnson curse this year. No?
I don't know why people built that. Who gives a fuck about that?
Because looking for excuses.
Motherfucker deserved his spot in the Ring of Honor, and they finally put him in the stadium, and it was a good moment. And I even liked Jimmy Johnson's fiery speech.
Halftime speech,
That was like, that's a real coach. I know for a fact that Mike McCarthy wasn't in the locker room doing that. He was like, well, yeah, we'll do better, guys.
Will you?
Even Michael Strahan was like getting down. He's like, I'm ready to play for Jimmy Johnson. I'll run through a brick wall for Jimmy Johnson.
Well, there's a new SAG-AFTRA deal this week for AI in video games. Everyone was really excited about it, except for
This one came out of nowhere.
Except for all of the actual voice actors are like, "Excuse me, fucking what? You did what? You didn't ask
It's
any of us
not
how you do any of this
fucking good.
stuff." So the deal was between.
Because we're voice actors, we don't deserve to the recognition that actors get.
Yeah.
And the respect.
So the deal with the tech company Replica Studios pertains to the licensing and use of AI replicas of voices in video games and, quote, will enable Replica to engage SAG-AFTRA members under the fair ethical agreement to safely create and license a digital replica of their voice. So what's going to happen is they're going to go after all of these starving artists who are probably not in the industry yet or are trying to get in the industry. They'll be like, hey, we will give you a small amount of money, and then I want your voice. Like Ursula in The Little Mermaid for fucking ever, and I get to use it in video games for as long as I want. And that means they can tweak it. They can make the voice deeper if they want to. They can do all sorts of things with it, and there's nothing you can do. Now, well-established voice actors are all like, no, this is not what we wanted. This is not what we agreed to. This is going to be bad for everyone because a bunch of people are going to join the union, sell their voice, and then AI is being used in ways that people don't like. There was even talk of a George Carlin comedy special completely made by AI that the family was like, what the fuck is this? Absolutely not. Don't do any of this stuff. There's, deep fake stuff. Like we're getting to the point now where we're going to have to start really protecting what we consider art. Because we wanted AI to take over the bad jobs that human beings didn't want, and then maybe we as a people can enjoy the good things in life. But the reverse is happening. All of the fine art stuff is being taken over by AI, and then people are being forced into more cog roles that no one wanted. And so this is a big deal. None of the voice actors like it, and I don't see. But it's
kind of seemed like yeah. I mean, did any of the voice actors know that during those negotiations they were going to get thrown under the umbrella of whatever the agreement was for AI voice acting? It feels like it came out of left field.
Yeah, Steve Blum from Diablo 4, Mortal Kombat, and most importantly, Cowboy Bebop says, excuse me, with all due respect, you stated in the article, approved by affected members of the union's voiceover performer community. No one in our community approved this that I know of. Games are the bulk of my livelihood and have been for years. Who are you referring to? And then just another voice actor after another one, just another one.
Yeah, who did you get, you fucking liars?
All of the most successful people within the industry.
This got one guy who was like, yeah, that's cool. As they slide him some money.
But this completely and totally makes sense because, honestly, they don't want to pay David Hayter. They don't want to pay Steve Blum. They don't want to pay these big voice actors because they're going to charge a ton of money. They want all of these lesser-known people. There are a lot of young voice people who want to get in the industry that do have incredible voice acting skills. They just haven't had their break. And I think what they're trying to do is they're going to hope that they can pay them amount of money and just say, I own your voice forever. And that's not good.
That is the nightmare scenario, man.
Yeah. So,
because AI is getting so good, there's already, like you said, like George Carlin, fake thing.
There's a Beatles song that came out.
There's a Beatles song that sounds just like them. So I'm sure they can easily get voice actors to sound more realistic by sampling their. Oh man, this is crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy, Joe. I'm telling you, we are literally living in the fucking pivot, of time,
it's not
right?
Good, man.
Good
it's
gaming.
We're filled with
here,
microplastics.
Nostalgia, and then whatever's happening afterwards, like our children and our children's children. Shit, man, I don't know.
And our children's will be batteries for the Terminators, and
it's a floating squid machines. Matrix.
Well, let's go into good news then.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Yeah,
you got to put one of those in there.
Yeah, GameStop is going to get rid of crypto. So with the closure of its NFT marketplace, they tried doing it for a little while.
You dumb fucks trying to get into NFTs. We fucking told your ass. We told your ass. Get that shit out of here.
Apparently, the last NFT ones, you guys are just dumb. You don't know. Crypto's not dead. It's alive and well. You just
so I think when people
who said that to you, Joe?
The comments.
I'm gonna fucking slap
people. People think when we're talking about shit coins and garbage NFTs and rug pulls that they're like, oh, crypto. It's like, no, clearly they're. I mean,
there's a couple, but
yeah,
there's
established markets, and there's still not. I mean, I don't know if you follow Reverse Kramer, which you should. Like there's some interesting stuff in there. But talking about shit coins and bad crypto, GameStop's getting rid of it because they just know that NFTs. I mean, we talked about even Interpol being like, "Hey man, watch out! These NFT things, they're trying to trick old people into thinking it's like the new digital gold, and it's not. It turns out gold is still gold, but I don't know, not good.
Hype scam.
Yeah, and then." We got, we'll go back into bad news. There was a bright spot, not bad stuff. Unity restructuring results in the largest round of layoffs. 25% of its workforce across all teams have been affected. We've been talking to Unity a lot. They tried to screw over every indie company. They tried to, change their contracts and say that, hey, if your game sells a lot, we want a whole shitload of more money. And a lot of indie games just gave them the finger and said, well, fuck you, we're not working with you. There's a bunch of other engines out there that we can work with, and they've promised not to screw us. Not only have they promised, they put it in writing that they're not going to screw us. So it's not looking good. They even got rid of a lot of the Weta stuff. So this is just even worse news for people over at Unity. And I honestly don't see it getting better for them. This is a massive company that the Unity engine has been used to make a lot of incredible games. But when you have terrible leadership, you can absolutely drive your company into the ground. And so hopefully other engines move up to kind of replace them, and then the employees can go work for them. Twitch is also laying off 35% of its staff.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
More than 500 people are being laid off.
Yeah.
Despite earlier cuts. We've talked about their cutting before.
So Twitch still is doing well. They're claiming that
it's not profitable, is what they said.
Damn, bro. 400 jobs back in March 2023.
Yeah.
So they already cut 400. Now here comes another 500. 900. What? 900 employees they needed to cut. What the fuck you doing 900 employees for?
Don't you remember that someone had to organize what was the group that Twitch had that was going to...
The bullies?
Well, it was the anti-bullying. It was the community.
Oh, the community.
The community members, and all these people were going to help. It was Dear Girl and a bunch of other things.
No, you know what's fucked up is they probably was doing that on a volunteer basis.
Yeah.
Not paying anybody. Meanwhile, they're paying fucking 900 people and 57 of those people to oversee the volunteer bully committee. That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazon cut 9,000 jobs total. I mean, this is typically what happens at the time of year.
Yeah.
They do the cuts, and then they will slowly hire these people back
Seasonal stuff
when
as well.
they realize that they need certain people in certain spots. But they're just trying to be more efficient because they want to be able to say, look at our Q1 earnings. Everything looks great. It's yeah, because you cut 35% of your employees. And, I don't know.
Well, it was the opposite here. It says, CEO Daniel Clancy wrote on his blog, unfortunately, despite our efforts, it has become clear that our organization is still meaningfully larger than it needs to be given the size of our business. Last year, we paid out over $1 billion to streamers, so he has to, brag a little bit. It's yeah, but you earn money off that. That's how your business is. We paid out $1 billion to streamers. So while the Twitch business remains strong for some time now, the organization has been sized based upon where we optimistically expected our business to be in 3 or more years, not where we're at today.
So this is something that I want you as consumers to look at. What Dan said is full of shit, and he's an asshole for saying it. They did not pay out $1 billion. What happened was streamers gave them $250 million. The streamers earned the money. Without the streamers, there is no fucking Twitch business. So it's not like
we paid out $1 billion.
No, we
to you
paid
guys.
them the money. It's no, actually what you did is you billed $250 million based on your relationship with the streamers. That is not how it works. When you're well, I paid you this. It's well, I don't know. I've worked a lot of commission jobs in the past. It's well, my residuals and my commissions are based on what I earned. You're not paying me that. It's what I'm earning you, asshole. So
I just think it's a Daniel. This is obviously some incompetence in his part.
Yeah.
If you were 3 times the size of where you needed to be based on projections of where you were going to be in 3 years, why were you that size at that moment? I understand maybe a year out, being prepared for it, but that you grew way too fast.
Yes.
And you had way too much overhead, and they said, Twitch is still not profitable. I see all these fucking articles. It's because the person in charge running it is fucking up.
Yeah, so he's only been CEO since March of this last year, so I think he may have inherited a bad situation from the previous. Like I still think he's an asshole for working the way he did. But
hopefully Clancy changes something and makes a company reset is what he says he's trying to do. Because if he doesn't, then they need to get rid of him because Twitch is important to our livelihoods, and it's a great fucking service for gamers. It just needs to, be run way better.
Yeah, and
and make better decisions.
It makes money. It just doesn't make all of the money, and that's the ongoing problem. All right, back to good news. NFTs are getting removed from Twitter, sort of. So it used to be that when you wanted to be an asshole and show the whole world that you're an irresponsible asshole or were gifted an NFT, you got this like hexagon thing, and I don't actually know because it won't even let me on Twitter now, and I look up people's Twitters.
No, I stay far away from the crypto bros, so I'd never seen this, but it had something to do with their avatar.
Yeah, their avatars was in like a special thing to show like how irresponsible you are with money, and then now they're getting rid of that.
Only because they can't afford the feature because Elon's in charge now, and they've lost so much money. In market share that they can't even afford basic features.
The removal of the NFT avatar support came without warning.
That sounds like Elon run business.
Yeah, which is the rug pull, which is, again, it's part of the NFT thing. It's like, hey, buy all of our stupid monkey pictures. And it's like, but why would I do that? It's like, because we gave them to these celebrities, and then we told you that the celebrities paid for them. It's like, did they actually? No. It's like, that's illegal, right? I'm like, oh. Which is why they're being sued, because it is illegal. So that's gone.
That's gonna be interesting.
I'm so simultaneously. I'm happy that they got rid of the fucking NFT features on Twitter. They didn't need to be there, and that cost Twitter money. And if ever since Elon Musk took over, 90% decline in Twitter's value. And
90 now. So last I saw was 70.
That's not. It's at 90. Elon himself is saying 90. That might have to do with business stuff. He's, trying to devalue the company. But whatever. He still lost quite a bit.
Yeah, one of the banks that owns
and they ain't going to keep up the NFT fucking support.
Yeah. Well, in I don't even know what kind of news this is. Apex Legends has been dead to me for a long time. I just the time has passed for me to play that game. But I've always thought that their skins are garbage and their battle pass is one of the worst. For a game that has $1 billion in spending, at least, they've done a really poor job with their skins and their battle passes.
Yeah, that's why we don't play anymore. It's not exciting. I wish it wasn't the case.
Yeah, but so this says new Apex Legends and Final Fantasy crossover event stuns fans with $290 microtransactions.
Oh no, Valorant.
Yeah.
Oh no! I was like, I want everybody to stop playing Valorant. I fucking hate Valorant because they did that. Yes, it's a free-to-play game. Yes, you don't have to pay for that. But when you do that, look at what happens! Now, Apex, a game that we did play, we did enjoy, years later is now, okay, we need our own $290 gun.
Money.
You know how many chicken nuggets you can buy for $290? There's a lot of chicken nuggets.
All of
That's
the nuggets.
gross. That's a gross amount of chicken
He could probably
nuggets.
eat them all.
He'd probably eat them all.
Yeah, give me a week and we'll see. Previously, each event pack cost 700 Apex coins, which is $7. In this event, the price for one event pack is 1,000 Apex coins, so $10. Now, remember, when we talk about buying coins, you can't buy the set amount that you want because they want you to buy a bigger bundle and have a bunch left over.
Yes.
So there are two options for purchasing packs, individual and bundled. When players look at the options before hitting the first milestone, the packs cost a discounted 100 Apex coins individually, or 1,600 for the 4. However, this pricing changes the more packs you purchase. So once this person was going through, the pricing slowly crept up, and I wasn't even halfway through the milestone when the pack prices were back to 1,000 Apex coins. And so,
wow, price gouging mid purchases.
Yeah, and so the closer you're getting towards the goal, the more expensive it's getting because they're like, wait, I've already dumped this, wasted this much money. Might as well go with the full.
Well, they'll say, no, that's not what's happening. It's our discount to you expired.
Yeah.
See, that's why the price changed, because you were buying it at a discounted price. But now, as you're buying, we decided you no longer qualify
Discount
for
expired.
the discount.
Yeah.
And now you're buying it at a regular price, just so that we are legally covered.
Yeah, so once you get to that point, you have 21,000 Apex coins on top of the previous 8,000 you've spent, which is $290 total dollars, to get to this Death Box skin for free. And this is like unlocking the free thing, but this is how you get all that stuff.
Sure, you could either play 100 hours of your life to get it free, right? And hope for RNG drops.
Yeah, it's less than 1% to get the Buster Sword, and so it's just like it doesn't happen. Like it's not gonna happen.
If there was a tick and we were 10 ticks, and this is like one tick better, because I think in Valorant you cannot earn that
Currency.
$260 gun skin, and then the wings. Now you can unlock the animations after playing with the gun forever, and that's what people were buying to unlock, but I think the gun skin itself you couldn't earn for free. I'd have to go back and look. But
Yeah, and the fluctuating prices, depending on how many packs you've bought, isn't addressed or stated in the event messaging, which has a lot of people upset because they look at it and go, hey, this is a lot, but this is something I really want. My every waking moment outside of work is Apex Legends. You want a cool thing in the game? I completely kind of understand the sentiment to a point where you like want the cool thing.
Yeah.
not at $260. Come on, man.
No,
Don't do
but so
that to yourself.
they saw it as 5 times cheaper because originally there was that discount, right? And so they're like $50, that's too much. But maybe it's a free to play game. Maybe that's the thing that you want to do. But the fact that once you purchase a bunch, then it goes up in price. This is even more nefarious, and it's really shitty.
It is.
And I'm not playing the games, but I don't. Maybe you shouldn't play the game too.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, man. It's wild that Apex is doing this. These exuberant prices. Valorant does this. These insane prices with skins. And then you have a game like the Finals, which literally there is nothing worth buying. And I'm like, please, let me give you money. And there's nothing there that yet. And it just blows my mind. And the most expensive thing there is like $15 or $22 with the skins because of the industry standard that has made that shit over time. You've seen $15 from League of Legends and Overwatch and all these other games. And so this is why when a story like this comes out, we rage so hard because it makes it industry standard. Okay, if you want the ultra exclusive one-time season badassery, you can spend
Move up the chain, but it gets more expensive.
$275. What? Our game's free. What? No, so.
Yeah, and the thing about the finals is the finals actually was hitting Apex Legends player counts, right? It was at 120,000.
I'm sure those are
players.
dropping off now because now it's just there's not enough modes. We need another mode. You need stuff that can keep people excited. The battle pass progression was fucking ridiculously slow. People were saying that, and there's really nothing to buy. So I don't estimate that they made a ton of money, and it's sad to see because I think we all really enjoyed the finals. But we stopped playing.
Yeah, I was actually super surprised. So I just looked it up. It's 69,787 people playing right now on the finals, and Apex is about double that.
Yeah.
And so it's
Apex is the new thing, right? Right now, they just released their new thing.
Yeah. So the average is it's just like the finals is going down, and honestly, it's a shame because it's like I wouldn't probably give them a ton of money for microtransactions, but I can. I look at people and it's like, oh, that makes sense that you want to buy that. And I see it's like you want people to pay you how much for a fucking watch? Like,
yeah, that was
like your game's gonna die, dummy. Like, come on, what's wrong with you? Like,
Of all the things, I don't want to watch.
yeah,
I want something cooler. I wanted to purchase something, but there's nothing.
Yeah, it's like I want to help you out somehow, but no. All right. Well, that's all
the watch, Alex.
No, I'm not buying. I'm not buying shit. That's all the good news, bad news I have for this video. But you had one more that you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll try to sneak in another one here. Drive little tanks and mechs in Sandland. Why would I care about that? Well, it's based on a world created by the Dragon Ball creator, guys, Akira Toriyama. You know how in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, he always has these like little cute little bubble cars and little fun little trucks and things like that. Apparently, the man loves cars, tanks, and planes, and he's just like, I'm at this point where I'm gonna do what I want to do, and my obsession with these little chunky little vehicles is I'm gonna make a whole game. Well, he did obviously a a manga of it, I believe. I don't think it's actually in the world, or did a comic called Sandland. I don't think it's in the world of Dragon Ball, but it looks like it is. It's his style. So they made a game. So there's a trailer for it here, Joe. And
We've reacted to that one before.
What? No.
Yeah, we did.
Sandland? Maybe.
Yeah, in the Game Awards.
Oh, in the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw it in the Game Awards. And so you can customize, tweak, and kind of, build up your vehicles. You can go and explore. And it's basically like a Mad Max wasteland monster-filled manga world. So, yeah. And so there's a quote here. If you only ever watched the Dragon Ball anime or played Dragon Ball Quest, you probably haven't picked up on what quite a car fiend he is, or really a vehicle fiend. Trucks, scooters, bikes. Toriyama just loves to draw anything with a motor. Practically every issue cover of the manga has Goku or one of his pals hanging on some ridiculously detailed ride. So Goku really has no reason to drive around in a Volkswagen Beetle.
Except for it's cool.
But clearly Toriyama just wanted to draw Volkswagen, and nobody was going to tell him, hey, don't do that. And so now that they got, looks like a PC Gamer got some hands-on time with it and thought that it was a fun little action RPG. So that's coming out. That's good news. Bad news is YouTube doing some weird shit here. This is 4 hours ago. And it's not just you. YouTube is slowing down your PC if you have ad block installed by making your CPU sweat. Likely as a part of its draconian war on ad blockers.
That's cool, though. That's good. It's good for your PC because liquid cooling and sweating is right. No, that's not how that works.
And apparently, YouTube Premium members also appear to be impacted. That's wrong, because those are people who are going above and beyond and are paying YouTube monthly. Now, I would like to promote YouTube Premium. I own Premium. I pay for it myself. I'm not grandfathered in because I'm a YouTuber, and I love it. I never have to watch an ad on anything ever. I think it's worth it. I use it more than Netflix. And I would seriously ask you guys to consider getting a YouTube Premium subscription. But this needs to change. If YouTube Premium is being slowed down, if you have ad blockers on other things, they need to fix that. Because you are giving them money so that you don't have to deal with the ads. And it actually helps support creators. So in a separate block, different from, say Starburst wants to advertise on our channel or whatever, then you get ad revenue for that. In a separate bucket is YouTube Premium, which it's all the users who would have seen an ad. Instead, YouTube shares a portion of the YouTube subscription with the content creators. And so the more you watch your favorite content creators with YouTube Premium, you're actually helping them more than with normal ads. And you do your favor that you never have to see an ad. So, besides that promo of YouTube Premium, what is YouTube doing that's fucking up? Well, basically, there's a wave of anti-ad blockers measures implemented by YouTube have been reporting to be causing widespread performance issues with, extensions enabled on your browsers. So these guys who are really, really good at, looking at CPU usage and resources, and it turns out that it's just killing Chrome. And this guy even decided to test it himself. So he's looking like your CPU usage by 17% if you're using ad blocker with on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, PC Gamer, they just did their own little test with Premium.
Yeah.
They said that everyone across the board 15 to 18% CPU, and that's with Premium. So it's not just
that needs to not be a thing.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, because you're actually doing YouTube a favor and going above and beyond. And also another benefit of Premium is, this is fucking bullshit. This shouldn't be a restriction in the first place. But I used to play a YouTube video, and then, if my screen turns off, the YouTube video stops.
Yeah.
But with Premium, that doesn't happen anymore. So I can listen to, videos, and then we use my phone on trips when we drive out to West Texas and stuff. So YouTube Premium is great, but YouTube trying to do the whole ad blocking war is going to blow up in their face. It's already blowing up in their face.
How hard can you squeeze that wet bar? So
right.
Yep.
I understand that YouTube's like, oh my God, we have to do something about ad blockers because this is how we make our money. And if everybody's blocking our ads, then we make no money. I get it, but you cannot be slowing down people's computers. It's just going too far. So you got to stop that. Absolutely. And then especially the premium stuff. But I still do recommend YouTube Premium just because it comes with the YouTube music and all this other stuff that's beneficial. Yeah. So I just want to say that. And that's it. The biggest news story, though, are the Dallas Cowboys are frauds. They're gutless, they're heartless, and they're talentless. And when it comes to any game that's any amount of difficulty, when it matters the most, they crumble. And I'm fucking done. I'm done with Dak, and I'm done with Mike. And, I mean, I want somebody fired. If nobody gets fired, like, nothing's happening, guys. They're going to do it one more year. Okay, you got one more year. I'm not gonna be a mega fan. I'm going to be like Joe. I'm like, we'll see. I'll see if I come over on Sunday. I don't know. Maybe I got stuff to do.
No, I know he was joking, but did you hear when Micah Parsons was saying, "Hey, if Dan Quinn leaves, I hope he takes me with him"?
No, who Micah?
That's what Micah said. It was.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Did he do his podcast after that fucking embarrassing?
It was
performance?
before the game. I don't know if he's.
He showed up in a Bobby Boucher fucking jersey. Well, you goddamn right. He was a water boy because he was missing. Now I don't blame him because fucking Jordan Love drops back 17 fucking steps and still throws 50-yard bombs.
Well, they had the
like,
second.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's trying to get there and he's double teamed too. So I don't blame Micah too much. I do blame Dak. I do blame Mike McCarthy. I do blame the entire secondary, Bland, everybody who just. But they had him in fucking zone. All right, this is turning into a sports show.
They were reading, so they were destroying you on the run, and so you know what they did? They
went to zone. So that they could contain.
But so they moved all of their DBs back, which made the run even easier. And it's just like Dan Quinn.
That is the formula for beating the Cowboys. And this happened again and again and again. So you would have it solved by the playoffs. Didn't have it solved. Got exposed. The worst loss in Cowboys franchise history in the playoffs at 47-17, where it was until all this garbage time fucking touchdown.
So Lambeau South used to be kind of known as Mr. Rogers' neighborhood because he just owned you in that building. So what are you going to call it now that Jordan
Love's
Love's house?
Love's house.
Love Shack?
Yeah, we'll call it
The Love Shack.
I like that.
I like the Love Shack. Yeah, so
that
look
they
for
beat us like in that. I saw that picture 9-1 against the Cowboys, the Packers.
Yeah.
Well, now it's 10-1, and they just own
and they've
us.
never lost in your building.
They have more playoff wins in our own stadium than we do now.
Now you know what the Lions felt like.
They have more playoff wins in our own stadium. That's like coming into your house. I think it was like Shannon. And so it's like somebody coming into your house and having more sex in your bed than you do.
You're like, are you using that? Okay, just let me know whenever you're done. I'll be back.
You're sleeping in someone else's wet spot? Ew.
Fuck
You get the couch.
that. And here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to keep him for one more year. And honestly, if they do, it is Super Bowl or fucking bust, and everybody's out. That's what this year was supposed to be, but with 1 year left on both of their contracts for both of them, they're probably just going to do it. I want them to I want fire. I want clean house, but that's not going to happen. All right, we'll see what happens, guys. Thank y'all so much. My week is ruined. I'll try to get myself out of the fucking hole here and get you guys some top lists, but January sucks. Everything sucks, and I hate it. Goodbye.